There is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study.
Hey, let me give you a really quick tip for self-love. Stop hating yourself for everything that you aren't and start loving yourself for everything that you are.
The people who truly love you will be hard on you. The people who truly love you will tell you when you're fucking up. They'll tell you when you're going down the wrong path. They'll tell you when you're around the wrong people. They'll tell you when you should stop drinking so much. They'll tell you when you should stop smoking so much. It might not look like love because it's hard love, but the people who actually care to be that way towards you are the people who care about your well-being versus the friend who is like, yeah man, come get fucked up with me tonight. Yeah bro, let's try this fucking acid. Yeah bro, fuck work, like just skip out work, let's go to this party. Who's the person that really loves you? But you turn on the people that genuinely care about your well-being and you go with the people that really don't give a fuck about your well-being.
3 powerful lessons. 1, leave people where they are. Not everyone deserves your time. 2, accept situations for what they are. Wasting energy on what you can't change is pointless. And 3, remember, not every action needs a reaction. Your peace is priceless. Stay focused, stay fierce, and own your journey.
Whatever you do, don't quit. This is not the time to throw the towel in. Because just as well as your life is going bad right now, your life can change tomorrow and go from 0 to 100 real quick.
The best piece of advice I could give you is no one knows what they're doing, but some people, they do it anyway.
To be honest, I'm comfortable being who I am. Not pressed to fit in, not worried about going out partying, not worried about having a lot of friends, just being me, staying out the way, staying in my own lane, and just doing what works for me.
I like this quote, and it goes like this. True strength is smiling when you want to cry, laughing to hide the pain, and going on, no matter what. Listen to that again.
To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts, integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.
Did you lose good friends on your way to the top?
Many. How much are you willing to tolerate when they're not advancing and they're not moving forward? You get to a certain point where you realize you can't carry everyone. And for a long time, I thought I could carry everyone. And it's very disheartening because you feel like these people were there for me from the beginning. But at a certain point, people have their own journey and they have their own story. You can't carry everyone to the top. They have to do that for themselves. And it can weigh heavy on you sometimes, but it's the only way.
And remember this, you'll be alone in the most difficult times of your life. These times will make you wise, mature, and fearless. No matter what good you do to people, they will only remember your mistakes. No is one of the most powerful words in existence. Don't be a people pleaser. For the best, prepare for the worst. To reach somewhere, you need to leave something behind. It's best to leave things at the right time. Otherwise, you are left with too many regrets and complaints. People want you to succeed, but not more than themselves. When you're working for someone else's dream, you sacrifice your own. Bad times are actually a boon, because they wake you up to the good things you never paid attention to. No matter how nice or respectful you are, some people will still talk bad about you behind your back. You may not realize this, but the people you love are your biggest weakness.
There's a saying that just because you spent a long time making a mistake doesn't mean you need to continue making it. There's an incredible advantage in life for those who can separate past and future, who can recognize sunk costs and walk away.
One thing people need to understand about extremely nice, kind, loving people is that their other side is just as extreme. It's the how they survive that makes them gentle. Don't mistake their self-control for weakness. The beast in them is sleeping, not dead.
Remember to take care of yourself. Sometimes you get so busy taking care of others that you forget that you are important too. Your well-being is essential to being able to support those around you. Take moments to recharge, to do what makes you happy, and to nurture your own mind and body. Self-care is not selfish. It is a vital part of a balanced and fulfilling life. Prioritize your needs and give yourself the kindness and attention you deserve.
4 things to remember in life. Number 1, if you are right, don't waste time proving it to everyone. Number 2, if you are wrong, don't waste time pretending to be right. Number 3, if you need help, don't waste time to ask for it. And number 4, always remember, life is too short. Therefore, do not waste time on sadness and negativity. Namo Buddhaya.
Every morning, speak positive words into your life. Think big. Think healing. Think success. Think peace. Think happiness. Think growth mindset. Begin each day with a surge of positive energy. You deserve it. Let positivity be your guide and watch your world transform.
Can I ask you something? If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything that you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or let it slip?
If you want to be successful, there's one really important question to ask yourself many times per day. The question is this: is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to or further from my goals? If the answer is closer to, then just keep going. But if the answer is further from, stop what you're doing immediately and take a different action that will get you closer to where you want to be in life.
I can't. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. I don't want to hear that you can't stuff. Try it, fail, and then try that shit again.
Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're not in competition with any of them. In this life, your only competition is you. Life is always you versus you. All that matters is when you go to bed tonight is that you are better when you woke up. And if you string together 365 days like that, then you're a completely different person in a year with a massively different life.
If you don't know what to pursue in life right now, pursue yourself. Pursue becoming the healthiest, happiest, most healed, most present, most confident version of yourself. Then the right path will reveal itself.
Everything that you want is on the other side of your ego. You got to get your ego out of the way. Use people to get to where you need to go. When you have a system and process that's replicatable, if you focus on the actual system, it doesn't matter what you do. I run 86 companies at the same time, right? So everybody that tells you to focus on one thing, they just don't know how to have a process and system to do multiple.
Life is like a gym. If you look over to the right, there will always be somebody in better shape than you. But if you look to your left, there's someone who would die to be in your position.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it. You got to be willing to risk everything to become that seed of what you believe is in there. You got to be fearless. You got to be relentless.
You're going to have to do it alone. There's not going to be any team support. There's not going to be any family support. There's not going to be any friend support. There's going to be times where you've got to go and do it yourself, and you got to do it alone.
And I promise you, every single person who wants to do something with their life and has done something with their life has gone through the exact chapter that you're going through, and it's the lonely chapter.
And those are the times that make a difference. Those are the times that count. Those are the times where you have to dig deep yourself to get the job done. And if you can make that happen, you will win.
The best advice anyone gave to me was 2 words. You can't. And you know what my response was? 2 words. Watch me.
You will never be good enough for the wrong person. You won't, but you will be more than enough for the right person. People show you their true colors. So stop focusing on a person who has shown you that you are not what they want, because they're only getting in the way of the person who thinks that you're perfect just the way that you are.
When you have a lot to say, stay silent. Don't say a word. True maturity and growth comes in that when you don't have to prove a point to nobody and you stay silent and you let them argue and you let them drain their energy while you stay silent and you protect your peace and your energy, that will kill an argument quicker than going back and forth trying to prove a point that doesn't need to be proved.
You're that person that no one worries about, because you are always around when they need you. You are the one who says, I got it, even when you really don't. but you always figure it out.
You may not be where you want to be yet in life, but you're also not where you used to be. Take a second to realize how far you've come. Now put your head down and get back to killing it.
Use your pain to reinvent your life. Become the greatest your bloodline has ever seen, and then pass it down.
Success is not about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, not on comparing yourself to others. Continuous improvement is the true measure of success.
Do whatever you have to do to make sure you don't ruin your name. You have to be the most dependable person anybody knows. Starting with yourself, you have to be the person you depend on. Smoking weed on the weekends or drinking or having hangovers or hanging out with those people makes you feel less about yourself. You have less trust for yourself. You got to knock those things off. When this is done, make a list of things that you need to knock off that destroy your own personal sense of trust in yourself.
People who don't have a sense of purpose, a mission, and don't have a consistent routine end up digging holes in their life.
If you don't exercise or draw out the potential in yourself, you are going to feel depressed. You're going to feel anxious because you know in your heart that you are leaving everything that you could potentially do and potentially become on the table, and that is going to bother you.
Purpose crosses discipline. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history.
What is it you're trying to do? What is your mission? What kind of shape are you in? How do you eat? How do you train? What are you reading? What's your environment like? Are you spending all this time scrolling, or are you spending time moving forward?
You're going to realize it one day, that happiness was never about your job or your degree or being in a relationship. Happiness was never about following in the footsteps of all of those who came before you. It was never about being like the others. One day, you're going to see it. That happiness was always about the discovery, the hope, the listening to your heart, and following it wherever it chose to go.
You owe yourself. I didn't get here making excuses. No, I'm not a part of the country club. Nope, I'm not. I don't hang out with them, but I'm still gonna be successful. I'm still gonna get you where they are. Why? Because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me till the day I die.
Seneca famously said, "Only the educated are free." Self-education, whatever that looks like for you, is the single most important ingredient to live a life of freedom. Whether you travel the world and get educated through different cultures or experience different realities, whether it's reading books, whether it's finding mentors, whether it's finding communities, I always found that the most uneducated people are the ones that never have answers or never have hope as to how to proceed in life.
So I think it's pretty simple. The reason why most people don't get what they want in the world is because they won't stop focusing on what it is that they don't want. And what you look at and what you focus on, you will get. They're constantly thinking, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be sad anymore. And motorcyclists know this. In motorcycle school, they teach you to look through the turn, to only look at where you want to go, because wherever you look is where you're going to end up.
The most valuable financial skill that anybody can have is not needing to impress other people. If you don't need to impress other people, that is an asset on your balance sheet that is worth $1 billion. Because so much of society as a whole and the individual is just geared towards how can I get other people's attention? How can I show off to other people? How can they like me more?
If you really want to be the best of the best, you have to treat every day like it's a whole new project. And there's no shortcuts, there's no slacking off, and your commitment must be 100%.
Sometimes you just have to tell people, look, I love you. And I'll probably always love you. But I'm no longer interested in the level of life you have to offer me. Because of that, I simply got to let you go. I'm not even asking you to change. You can keep doing what you're doing exactly. Whatever you want to do, how you want to do it. You just can't do it with me anymore. Straight up.
Sometimes it's our greatest suffering that gives us the deepest wisdom. And the moment that you accept yourself for who you are, that's when you grow. There's power in finding meaning in the darkest of times. Your pain can become your power, because in the end, it's our search for meaning is when we find our strength, the courage to keep going and to live.
Rule number 43. Never hide the real you to make someone stay. Show them exactly who you are and see who has the stomach for it. The ones who do are the ones worth your time. Remember that.
Dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with good people.
Sometimes all I think about is you.